There's, so this is the 1-2 punch continually. If you're a lazy tech journalist, you love that because anytime you don't know what to write, you can always go down the hall to your editor and say, hey, I want to do a story on information overload, right? That story always gets green-lighted, right? That phrase and the complaints about email, well, I'm getting 30 emails a week, right? I mean, back in the early 90s, right, this is crushing load because I've got to also, answer the faxes. So information overload is the normal case of modern life, and it actually has been the normal case of modern life since the 1500s because there were, for the first time, more books than a literate person could read in a lifetime. So what we're experiencing now isn't information overload. We're experiencing filter failure, right? If you took a bookstore and you dumped the contents out in the street, I mean, don't do this, but if you did dump the contents out in the street, and you said, oh, I hear there's some Auden in there, go wait on in, you're not going to find the Auden, right? You're going to get Love's Tender Fury and Chicken Soup for the Hoosier Soul. I mean, that's we think of the bookstore as not being an overwhelming place because we know how to avoid the stuff we don't like. So this is the normal cycle, and right now we happen to be in the first half of the cycle, just as happened with the web in the 90s, right? The thing launches in 1994, and you could actually imagine Yahoo running something called Cool Website of the Day, like, hey, a website just launched, thought you might like to know, right? By the time Google came along, it just, Yahoo's mode of organizing things was hopelessly broken, and so we got new sets of filters. Facebook is in serious need of filters. Twitter is in serious need of filters. There is now such a premium on filtering these messages that I think we can expect to see company after company and service after service launching new tools for dealing with this. They're not going to work well at first in the same way that search engines didn't work well, but we need them so desperately that the premium for getting them right is going to make them better. My personal bet about where filtering is going is that it's going social, but that's an easy bet to make because it's turned out to be true for a lot of other things. Instead of blacklisting stuff, don't show me stuff from sources I don't care about, because that fails, as we know, from spam. And instead of whitelisting stuff, like only show me stuff from my friends, I think we're going to start graylisting stuff, which is to say, show me anything from my friends and any of their friends, or show me anything from my friends or their friends or anyone that 10 of those people know, right? So we'll get a kind of serendipity dial for how open or closed we're going to be to these things. So for the moment, it's tremendously frustrating, right? You open this up and you look at it, and there's some good stuff, and then there's a lot of dreck in there, and filtering it out is just, everybody's doing it by hand now. But this is just the painful phase where we have to wait for people to get filtering right, and there are lots and lots of startups working on that because the information overload isn't going away, so the filters are going to have to catch up with essentially the volume that we're now getting.